you away from tying the game with a Redskins touchdown and a field goal. Forces them to now score 2 touchdowns.
And it's a great time to run 6.5 minutes off the clock. Let that defense stay out in this heat.
It really was a pretty impressive drive right there. You'd like to get the touchdown, obviously.
Well, the penalty, they might have. Larry Allen had that big holding penalty.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have only had 5 penalties for 45 yards tonight, but a couple of them have taken them out of either scoring range or more, scoring a different kind of score. But Drew Bledsoe passed Johnny Unitas in a 9th place on the career passing yard, and Terry Glenn's got 127 yards receiving, and the last Cowboy to have a 100-yard game was Keyshawn Johnson on that Monday Nighter in Seattle last year. So Cortez will kick from right to left with under 6 minutes to go, and Liddell Betts will field it at the 3 and come up to the 15-yard line, left at the 20, and he nearly has his helmet taken off with his head still in it by Davis. In fact, he did have his helmet taken off. Keith Davis and Brett Pierce. Let me tell you, Brett Pierce has had a spectacular night covering kickoffs, and that's been a big part of this game tonight.
He's been good, and as you mentioned, Keith Davis, who just got put back on the team because he didn't like the way a couple of guys played last week on that kick coverage team when we saw Darren Sproles pop a 46 and 49-yarder in San Diego. To make a Verizon wireless call to the sidelines, here's Kristie Scales.
Well, Redskin quarterback Mark Brunell will have one more weapon back, and that's David Patton, the wide receiver, the free agent signing. He had cramped up, missed the 2 previous offensive series. He's back out there now.
Brunell in the shotgun from his 24, slings it left behind Patton and on the ground. And it's incomplete, and the clock stops with 5:48 remaining to be played.
Okay, who plays quarterback for the Washington Redskins next week? Actually, they have a bye, so they have 2 weeks to think about it.
Jason Campbell.
Brunell does not look good. He's put 0 points on the board.
I think that
they've got trouble.
I think the Dallas defense might be decent though. Seriously, I think they might be pretty good. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun at the Redskin 24. 13-0 Dallas. Brunell back, sets, has time. Now he's flushed out. Running to his right. Flag in the secondary. Ball thrown to the 30, complete. Aaron Glenn then makes the tackle on Cooley, who had only caught one other ball tonight. There's a flag in the secondary, though. That might be problematic.
Yeah, it was right in the area where Glenn had the coverage.
Illegal contact on the defense, number 26. Penalty is declined. 1st down, Washington.
By the way, speaking of bloody noses, as we were before, Scott Shanley appears to have one and be playing with it.
His helmet just went flying off as he made the tackle over there.
And Glover has the personal foul penalty, and Glenn now an illegal contact. And Washington's 1st and 10, and it's 38, down 13-0, 5:25, clock running. Shotgun for Brunell. Snap is back, little pressure, steps up, zips it deep down the left sideline. The ball's going to be too tall. Down the sideline with Henry covering Taylor Jacobs. Just missing Brunell. And Liddell Betts, who had been spelling Clinton Fortis at running back, is getting some medical attention in the facial area right now also.
We kind of joked about that quarterback situation for Washington next week, but they've got their hands full here. Brunell's 35. They drafted Jason Campbell with their 1st round. Matter of fact, traded 3 picks to get him. He's sitting on the bench.
And Ramsey's asked to be traded now. 2nd and 10. Washington, and it's 38. 5:15 in the game. Trips to the right, Thrash in motion, blitz off the edge, and Roy Williams has it, and down goes Brunell at the 20-yard line, the 5th sack of the night. Oh, what a tackle that was by Williams.
And this is a big loss of yardage here. 17 yards for the sack by Roy Williams. Now, Washington, well, they've got themselves a little bit of a hole.
Roy Williams with a forced fumble and a sack tonight. Wynn has a sack. Ellison Spears split one. Canty has one. Shanley has one. 3rd and 27 at the 21. Shotgun to Brunell. They only rush 3. He stands. He scrambles up. He's going to run. 25 and the 30. Turns to his left. 40-yard line. And down at the 45. 3 yards short of a 1st down. He might have kept running, but I think he completely ran out of gas. He went 25 yards.
Is that real? That is Keith Davis, who finally puts a hit on him, and is going to force the Redskins here, obviously, on 4th and 2 to go for it on 4th down. 4.5 minutes left.
And timeout is going to be called, I presume, by Washington.
I think Brunell just took it so he can catch his breath again.
Get a cold, hard cash rebate and hot financing from Train Air Conditioning and
Quality
Heating.
homes.
Vonage, the broadband phone company. Get unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico for just $24.99 a month. Sign up today at CompUSA or at Vonage.com/football.
The Redskins 4th and 2 at the 46. Listen to this crowd. 13-0 Dallas. Brunell back to throw. He throws it out in the flat, caught at the 50 and thrashed with a lot of running room till Davis blasts him out at around the 34-yard line. That quiets the crowd, and the Redskins are not going away quietly, down by 2 touchdowns. Not quite that, 13-0, and Brunell scrambles for 25 on 3rd down. And what was it, 27?
27, and it looked like a breakdown in coverage on this play.
They go 20. And now it's 1st and 10 at the Dallas 34. His defense would like it shut out. Brunell in the shotgun, bobbles the snap as the whistle blows, and we got a false start. The Redskins with 10 penalties, and Babe, they've really hurt themselves with missteps like that.
Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's the right guard, Randy Thomas. Some of it's the crowd, and some of it is what the 2 defensive tackles, Glover and Ferguson, have been doing inside all night.
Glover has been extremely quick off the ball to the point where a couple times I thought, whoa, did he go a tick early? But he's been getting the best of it. And Ferguson, of course, battling Thomas, who they used to be teammates at the Jets. They battled in practice.
1st and 15 at the Dallas 39. Shotgun for Brunell. 4-man rush, no one coming, deep to the post. He goes in double coverage, tipped incomplete and nearly intercepted. He had Taylor Jacobs to the post. Roy Williams got his hands on the ball and would have had the interception had he not collided with both Davis and Anthony Henry.
And I think Anthony Henry comes up at the end of this play, Brad. He tips the ball away, but Roy is going to get 2 hands. He's got a beat on this football from his safety position. As he's going up for the football, though, it's Anthony Henry, who you have to knock it down. You have to make an attempt. You can't say, well, okay, my guy will get it. I won't make a play on it. But I think if Henry doesn't come in and knock Roy Williams out, Roy's got the interception.
Instead, it's 2nd and 15 at the Dallas 39, 4:08 in the game. Shotgun snap to Brunell. Pumps, looks, flushed out by Coleman. Chased and hit by Obagu, and the ball floats incomplete into the bench area for Dallas. And there's nothing spectacular about that 4-man rush. They're not blitzing too much right now, but the coverage is so good that these big, lumbering defensive linemen are getting shots at him in the open field.
Yeah. But make sure if we don't get one on the post-game show that we don't ask, how is it to be a lumbering defensive lineman?
For Kenyon Coleman, I think lumbering applies.
Lumbering is okay.
3rd and 15. Can Dallas, this will be 4-down territory for Washington. 4:01 in the game. Shotgun snap to Brunell. Back. Little pressure now. Over the middle, incomplete. And Glover was coming a ton. And Dat Wynn was back in coverage on Liddell Betts.
And Liddell Betts wanted no part of this football. This ball goes over the middle on the post, and as it's about halfway there, he looks downfield to see who's going to hit him. He had no chance to catch this unless it accidentally stuck in his ear hole.
Betts has had a cut under his right eye taped up like a fighter, and he knew he was walking into another right cross.
Well, right there he threw in the towel.
4th and 15. Can the Cowboys shut him down and take the ball back under 4 minutes in the game? Shotgun snap, back he goes, sets, throws it deep into the end zone for Moss. He caught it, run into the post, touchdown Washington on 4th and 15, and the game is far from over.
Well, so much for the shutout. Now you hope to hold on to the win. I mean, all of a sudden you go, okay, let's get the shutout, or let's get the win.
You're not kidding. 3:46 left in the game when Washington scores its first touchdown of the season. They're 3:46 away from going 2 full games without a touchdown. And Moss put a nifty double move on Aaron Glenn, got inside to the post, behind Roy Williams, and caught the touchdown pass. And now Nick Novak for the extra point. It's good with 3:46 to play. And suddenly, the Dallas offense has a big burden on itself, because you're not kidding, they're now playing for the win.
I always think there's kind of three different scenarios of being a good running team. And one of the guys who was honored tonight here at the halftime by holding the Cowboys to 13 points. It's not often that you put a goose egg up on the board with 4 minutes left to go in the game and you're still in it. Now, one thing, too, people will say, well, what happened on that last drive? Well, remember, they converted 2 fourth downs there. Plays that ordinarily they would be punting the football. They're going for it on fourth down. They converted 2 of them in that drive. And the last one for the touchdown.
And again, the 25-yard scramble by Brunell was just ridiculous. All right, the only other time tonight that Washington has kicked off was to start the game. And it was brought back out by Thompson to about the 30-yard line. So it's Tyson Thompson and Copper back deep. Washington has 2 timeouts remaining. 3:46 left in the game. And this is a situation where Dallas has got to do something. Now, do you suppose that because of their offensive problems, the Redskins might try an onside kick?
Well, they don't appear to be setting up for it, but I'd certainly, if I was in that front line group of players, I don't think I'd leave until the ball hit his foot.
Novak kicks off. It's end over end and deep at the 9-yard line. Thompson up the left side, 25-30. And exactly the place that he returned it the last time before Mike Sellers gets him. So 3:42 remaining. And Dallas at its 30. And as Babe said, they need at least 2 first downs, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't make them consecutive, though. Don't make it on first down. Go first, second, make it on third.
Right.
First, second, make it on third.
And so this really is a test of will for the Dallas offense, leading 13-7.
Not important now, but I have liked the way Tyson Thompson has come out with both those kickoffs here. I mean, he gets it and he hits it.
Jones, the single setback. Witten in motion to fullback on first down. Play fake by Bledsoe. He's got all day. Goes deep over the middle and threw it short for Keyshawn Johnson, who was on his knee at the 50, and he was open. And Bledsoe's pass came up short, and it's 2nd and 10. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
The K-Love hit of the game is Build Me Up Buttercup. When I play it tomorrow morning, it means Cowboys tickets for caller number 9 to 98.7 KLUV-FM, Dallas-Fort Worth.
And I'm just not sure what happened to Drew Bledsoe on that last pass, Brad. He's got Keyshawn Johnson wide open on a curl, easy throw, and he bounces it about 10 yards in front of him.
And the clock, of course, stopped. So it's 2nd and 10. Out of the eye, they're going to run it to Julius around the left end, 35, and the 39-yard line, and a flag for the tackle. Might be a horse collar. I don't know what the official name of that is, but Julius Jones had an 8 or 9-yard gain around the end. And then I think it just looked like the tackle by Walt Harris might have
Face
been.
mask, 5 yards, number 27. We'll add 5 yards to the end of the run. The result of the 5 yards is a first down.
Or it might have been a face mask.
It might have been a face mask. Now, this was not going to be a first down. Julius Jones was coming around left end, and I think he might have been able to make it, but he would have got knocked out of bounds. He actually kind of downs himself to make sure he stays in the field to play here.
Boy, then we see on the MasterCard monitor that Harris gets his hand on that face mask, and it looks like he's going to turn Julius's head and just try to unscrew it. That's painful. Guys ever try to do that to you?
No, but I saw it in The Exorcist once where the head went completely around.
At the 44.
But she lived.
Dallas 1st and 10, leading 13-7. Handoff Jones, little hole at left end, and he dips it back inside for a 1-yard gain instead of sprinting to the outside. And Washington will call it 2nd timeout. Daniels and Washington with the tackle, 3:23 remaining, and Dallas is going to look at a 2nd down and 8.
We'll see how this game turns out, but I think Joe Gibbs' biggest task, obviously he's got to fix his offense, but he's got to keep his defense together. Remember, they went through this last year where the defense came out, played hard, played well enough to win, and they end up with 6 wins at the end of the year. They come out here today, they play pretty darn well. You know, you hold this team to 13 points, you expect to win. What's interesting, too, Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, or actually assistant head coach defense officially. I hate all these. There's about 12 titles now for all of them. But anyway, Last year, he had a bunch of no-names. LeVar Arrington was the biggest name, and he didn't play. He was hurt.
Right.
He had to convince all these rejects and cast-offs and guys who were changing positions that they could be good. So what happened? They were really, really good. So this year, what's he been doing? Trying to tell them, hey, you guys aren't as good as everybody is telling you are. Don't read that stuff. You're not that good. Isn't that the truth, though? Hey, you guys are good. Believe me when I tell you.
And now he needs to get
don't
better.
Believe those guys.
All right, 3:23 left. Washington with one timeout remaining. Dallas 2nd and 8 at its own 46, leading 13-7. I formation behind Bledsoe. Creighton goes in motion to the right. 2 tight ends. Play action fake. Bledsoe standing, heaves it into the bench. He was hit as he threw. Pierce floating out into the right flat, but Ronaldo Wynn collapsed on him. And now hold on, because now it's 3rd down and 8, and you're not in 4-down territory. You're going to have to punt it if you don't make the first down.
Good decision by there to throw it away, but it does again, Brad, as you mentioned, it stops the clock. 3:17 left. Redskins with just 1 timeout left, but that's a world of time if they can make the stop here. Now the question is, do you run it, make them use the timeout? I think they've been aggressive through the drive. You try to make the first down, I think throwing it.
I wish you had a screen that worked. Shotgun on 3rd and 8 for Bledsoe. And Washington does not blitz. He stands, he throws it left. It is caught. First down at the 37 of Washington by Keyshawn Johnson, in between Matt Bowen and the rookie Carlos Rogers.
Holding, offense number 76. 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Oh, my. Oh, you picked the wrong time to leave me, Lucille.
Flozell Adams gets called for the hold.
Twice tonight for Flozell.
Larry Allen has got one in there. Moved him back, kind of stalled the touchdown drive, turned into a field goal.
Oh, that one was going to give him a first down into Washington territory. Now it's 3rd and 18. Now it's prohibitive to even have punting room, and the clock stopped again. 3:07 left in the game, and I'll tell you that Washington's defenders believe they have gained the momentum. Oh, that was an absolutely critical time to have a play like that.
Well, and here you go. 3rd and 18. Odds are against you making it. Do you want to take the chance of throwing the football, throwing the incompletion, stopping the clock, or do you hand it off and at least run 40 seconds off the game clock?
Wish you had a screen that worked.
They got a screen.
I said it worked. Shotgun. Bledsoe going to throw. Standing with time. Throws it out right. Caught by Witten at the 49. Harris brought him down again. 4 yards short of the first down. Timeout Washington with 2:59 remaining to be played. They're out of timeouts, but the clock stops. They're going to get the 2-minute warning.
That buys you 11 yards for your punt team here.
Well, McBriar obviously needs a flip-flop. The line of scrimmage is the 49. McBriar has a net average of 41.8 tonight, and that is an outstanding night, and he needs one more.
Now, is this the flip-flop? He likes it at about the 45.
Yeah, this is the area. This is the area. He's done it once. His best punt, the one that backed Washington up to their 8-yard line, to the, what was it, the 4?
Yeah, 4, and he boomed that one.
And he boomed that one 58 yards. That was not one of those. And that's what they desperately need. They've done a much better job tonight, Dallas, on kickoff coverage. They've held Liddell Betts to a 20-yard average instead of the 38 yards that Sproles ran back on him last week. So here we go. Thrashes at his 10, and McBriar needs a punt. Dallas clinging to a 13-7 lead. Snap on the ground. Didn't let McBriar get the punt he wanted. The ball goes into the end zone for a touchback because the snap was on the ground. And McBriar had to hurry it to make sure it didn't get blocked. And watch out, kids. Washington is at the 20. No timeouts. 2:52 left in the game. And they are down by 6.
And I'm just wondering, I could be wrong here, but I'm wondering if Bill Parcells didn't tell him to knock it out of the end zone, make him go 80, didn't want to take a chance on anything else happened because McBriar, it was a bad snap. He got up, but he didn't look like he was hitting the flip-flop. It looked like he was trying to hit this about as hard as he could.
Well,
I don't know that for a fact.
only by talking to him later can we find out if the snap on the ground had anything to do with it. Well, the defense has been tremendous all night, save for about 3 plays, and now they're going to have to win the game. 1st and 10, Washington at the 20, Brunell in the shotgun. Back. Late pressure. Throws it in the left flat. Caught at the 25-yard line. Dragged down inbounds. Or no, they say he got out of bounds with a first down at the 31, Clinton Portis. Oh, they said Portis got out of bounds. 2:44 remaining. How do you cover now? And what's your approach from both sides of the ball?
Well, I think until they hit the 40-yard line, until they get to your 40-yard line, I'd be surprised to see the Cowboys blitzing and having that play like we saw in San Diego last week on the 4th and 14. Rush 4, make them complete a bunch of balls underneath.
At their own 30 in the shotgun. Brunell is back, pressured, steps up, going deep. He's going deep for Santana Moss, and he caught it at the 25, and he's streaking in. Touchdown, Washington. Brunell went for 70. And the Redskins are tied and an extra point away from actually leading.
Basically the same route, and he beats the same pair of defenders. Roy Williams is in the middle of the field. He outruns Roy Williams. Roy's got to stay deeper than the deepest man. He didn't on the touchdown, on the first touchdown. He didn't on this touchdown. And it's just a post move on Aaron Glenn. Wow. Well, I mean, you can't lose this football game, can you? You just can't. You just can't play the way they did for 56 minutes and lose this football game.
Then they're going to have to come down. Then they should have thought of that when Brunell was running 20 yards on 3rd and 25. Now as they line up for the extra point, flags come in. Sam Adams was offside.
I really felt like the Redskins had to take a couple of big shots.
Encroachment on the defense. That 5 yards will be added on the kickoff.
I don't want to say they waited too long because they're leading right now, or they will be leading 14-13 with the PAT, but 2 big shots, both of them right over the head of Roy Williams.
It's 13-13 now. The extra point by Novak puts Washington ahead 14-13 with 2:35 to play.
Do I hear just a smattering of boos out there? Yes, I do.
The Cowboys' record in Ring of Honor games is 8-3. They have never played Washington in a Ring of Honor game. Never. And this one's about to leave them sick if they don't kick a field goal or do something here in 2:35.
Boy, just the same play, same post play to the same man, beating the same pair of defenders. And Roy Williams just doesn't have the speed to keep up with Santana Moss here.
Well, he's supposed to be over the top, isn't he? I mean, the guy who's supposed to be covering him deep like that is Aaron Glenn.
Well, Glenn's got him deep to the outside, but it's Roy Williams' responsibility inside. I mean, it's his man once he goes to the post. I mean, it should be double coverage, basically. Hey, credit Brunell, though, and you talk about...
What did I say before?
For the first, but I mean, to have happen what happened and to go through all that, and you're sitting there saying, I haven't scored a touchdown, I didn't score a touchdown. Last week, we didn't score a touchdown. I'm not playing well. And then you come back and you just hit 2 big throws, and all of a sudden you've got a lead.
And that's because your defense played so well all night. Dallas had a shutout still.
Yeah, up until what?
3:46 remaining in the game. But they only had 13 points. So now it's all up to the Dallas offense. They've got 2 timeouts. They only need a field goal. They've got 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And Greg Williams, the Washington defensive coordinator, whatever tricks he's got left, I think he'll be trotting them out. I don't think their blitzes have been all that exotic either tonight. And don't forget, by the way, the kicker Novak's going to get 5 extra yards for the penalty. So from the 35, he hits it high and short. And Tyson Thompson from the 3 Up to the 15, to the 25. Thompson right sideline to the 40 with the kicker to beat, and his former teammate for a night, Novak, knocked him out at the 49-yard line of Dallas. Tyson Thompson brought it back, 46. And the excitement is not done yet.
Well, and the Cowboys just need a field goal here. Remember. So earlier we said, well, the one thing that does is force the Redskins to score 2 touchdowns. That field goal to put it to 13-0. The Redskins did that. The other thing it does is now enables the Cowboys to win this game with a field goal. We've got a Redskin down on the field.
That's Taylor Jacobs. And he's getting medical attention, and that's what we said a couple of minutes ago. The Cowboys only need a field goal.
And here we go, though. You got to get to, now at this point, you got to get to the 35 to give yourself a chance. That's a 53-yard field goal.
Well, what do you realistically, you've got the time, 2:28
You'd like to get
remaining.
it to the 30, inside the 30.
I was going to say the 25.
Well, you'd like to get it to the 20. I'll see that, and I'll raise you 5. But with Cortez's leg, if they can get him to the 35, it's a legitimate shot to make it. Now, with every successive yard you gain, your percentages are going to go up.
Taylor Jacobs is moving. He's lying on his stomach all the way back at the 15-yard line, the young wide receiver, third-year man from Florida, who was on the kickoff team. And Dallas has the ball actually at the Washington 48.
And we mentioned, Brad, we like the way Tyson Thompson was coming out of the end zone on those kickoffs. Hadn't had a whole lot of them, but he was catching it and hitting it. And he caught this one and hit it and hit the seam.
We kind of joked last week that Parcells told Thompson in the final preseason game, I'm going to take you to San Diego. He didn't say anything about playing.
Right.
I think he might be going to take him to San Francisco now. Actually, everybody will go on that trip because they're going to stay in California between the San Francisco and Oakland games. So everyone's going to go. Taylor Jacobs, now, they've rolled him over onto his back. And Kristie Scales, can you see anything from...
I can see that he's talking to the trainers and the team doctors for the Redskins. Also, the 3 of the Cowboy doctors are out there just a couple of yards away, ready to assist if necessary. But, here he goes. Sitting up now. Little bit of assistance here. Still talking to the trainers. They're not working on a leg, a knee, a foot, anything like that. So, just trying to gather his thoughts here, it looks like. Here they go, going to pull him up right now.
That's good news. Taylor Jacobs on his feet. That's a good thing to see. So now, Babe Laufenberg, Washington leading 14-13 with 2:28 remaining to be played.
Well, here's the beauty now, too, though. You're the team with 4 downs.
Right.
You're the team that can sit there and on second down try a little something, knowing you got 2 more downs if you get it into that second and short.
As a matter of fact, you don't want to. You want to use as much of the 2:28 as you can.
Wow, you're pretty confident over there, aren't you? I mean, we know we're going to score. It's just a question of.
No. Wow, what a finish!
Isn't it fun? And that's the NFL. You can bottle up a team for 56 minutes, and they were about as bottled up and dead as a team could be.
You just got to keep playing. What's your approach at the Washington 48? You need
Julius
25 yards?
Yeah, no. We need about 17 here. Julius Jones off the left side. I'd start out running this football.
All right, they're going to go with a slot left. 3 wide set. See if Washington comes after Bledsoe. No. They're going to run Jones to the right, across the 45, down to the 42. Washington.
They want to get one more play in, Brad, before that 2-minute warning. We're at 2:15. They want to get another play off. They've got 2 timeouts left, but you don't want to use it yet.
2nd and 4 at the 42. Shotgun, 2:08, 2:07. 2nd and 4, shotgun, 2:03. Snap is back. Pickup block by Petiti. Bledsoe up. Throws it to the right. Wide for Witten, who was open on the sideline. And we are at the 2-minute warning with this one going to the wire. 2 weeks in a row. 1:57 left, and Dallas trailing Washington 14-13.
All right, class, time for our football pop quiz. How much is each Cowboys touchdown worth? Roger?
6 points.
Sorry, that is not correct. Hurry offers end October 3rd.
Meet Cowboys Pro Bowl tight end Jason Witten tomorrow night at Verizon Wireless in Fort Worth from 5 to 7 p.m. That's Jason Witten at Verizon Wireless in Fort Worth across from Ridgemar Mall on Green Oaks Boulevard.
Your chance to win is almost here. Keep listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network to find out how you could win his and her Ford Mustangs from Napa Auto Parts.
Well, it's come to this. 3rd and 4 for Dallas, trailing by a point at the Washington 42. A minute 57 to play. They need a field goal, but first they need a first down. What's your play?
Yep.
Shotgun, trips right, 3rd and 4. Bledsoe now changes the play. Redskins show him a blitz off the corner. They might have leaned in. His pass is out, caught, and then Creighton had it blasted out of his hands, and they're going to call it incomplete. Oh, I thought they might have cheated over the line of scrimmage, and they did not. Bledsoe's pass went out to Creighton, short of the first down, and he was exploded. And now they've got to complete this pass, or they're going to lose the game.
I think one thing you have to do here, but if they don't have the personnel in the game to do it, is kind of max protect. You got to give them a chance. Redskins blitz there. They hammered Creighton. I would think they would come again with that blitz.
2 receivers on each side. 4th down to have a chance. Bledsoe back, blitz, throws it out. Caught at the 40. He's 2 yards short of the first down. And the Cowboys are going to have to figure out some miraculous way to pull this one out. The Redskins have not won in Dallas in 10 years. And they trailed this game 13-0 with 3:45 to play. And Dallas got a 46-yard kickoff return to the 48-yard line and could not make 10 yards. And Washington has it back with a minute 48 to play.
Well, worse than that, they can't make 4 here on 4th and 4. I would have liked to have seen them block up that blitz, give you receivers a chance to get downfield. They come with the blitz, ball gets dumped. Terry Glenn gets stopped. And your ball game is, well, we'll see.
Washington at the Redskin 39. Dallas has 2 timeouts remaining. Brunell will hand it to Portis coming at left end. Off his feet he comes, and Dallas calls time with a minute 43. So they're going to call time again after the next play when it's going to be 3rd down. Are they going to have a chance to get it back? But, I mean, it's pretty bleak right now.
They will get the ball back if they can hold. I'd be shocked if the Redskins do anything other than just run the football twice here and make the Cowboys use their timeout. So I mean, in other words, I don't think you're going to get help from Washington by throwing an incomplete pass.
But they're going to run it again.
Going to get it to
they're
about
going to make 2 or 3 yards to the 40.
Going to take it to a minute. They're going to punt it with about 20 seconds remaining.
And so you're going to have the ball backed up to your 15-yard line.
At your 15 with 15 seconds. 17 seconds, exactly.
Oh, man. 2nd down and 6. Out of an eye right. And they'll give the ball to Portis coming up the middle, and he's swarmed and stopped at the 45, and Dallas will call time with a minute 38. And now it's 3rd and 6, and now Washington can use 45. It'll be under a minute when they punt. Be about 50 seconds when they punt. And now, if the Cowboys don't find some miraculous way of pulling this out, babe, this is going to be an interesting gut check for them to make sure that this game doesn't turn into the reverse of the Giants game 2 years ago. Washington's going to be 2-0.
Or the Pittsburgh game last year, if you want to make that argument. But here's what's really imperative: stopping them on 3rd down. They make the first down, it's over. You got no shot.
Kristie Scales on the sideline.
Yeah, just to describe the mood down here, half the players, actually I would say the majority of the players are just in disbelief, just kind of looking up at the scoreboard, shaking their heads. Others are angry, saying curse words. Jason Witten, very mild-mannered, normally threw his helmet, but now they've got to get ready because they're going to get the ball back.
Well, you hope they're getting the ball back.
It's 3rd and 3. And they'll run the ball up the middle, and Portis will be stopped for a loss at the 45. Spears and Wynn with the tackle.
They'll punt this ball with about 50 seconds remaining.
Bob Thomas has just handed me a note that's unbelievable. Ever, Bob? Ever? Washington has never beaten Dallas by 1 point?
Really?
Ever?
So it can't happen today.
All right. Oh, my.
Patrick Creighton is back on the return here. One thing you don't want to do is spend a lot of time running side to side.
No, get as far as you can and get out of bounds, because Dallas has no more timeouts.
Yeah.
Neither team has any.
And he's got to protect the football.
Now they're going to take the delay of game. So 50 seconds remaining. So they're going to have
offense. 5 yards. Still 4th down.
They're actually going to have about 40 to 45 seconds. Needing to get to the 35, right?
35. I mean, shoot, if you got to the 40, you can try a 57, 58-yarder. He has
that leg. Yes, he does.
Now, do you want to do it at the beginning of the game? No. On a last-second field goal? Yes.
All right. Groom to punt. Snap is back.
Let him go.
Wobbler.
Let him go.
It's going to hit at the 25 and take a bit of a Dallas roll and stop. Now it takes a Washington roll and stops at the 20. Creighton was getting mugged.
Well, Creighton was trying to do the smart thing, which was come up and get the ball so that the clock didn't tick down. Washington was doing a smart thing, trying to keep him from doing just that.
Okay, so we got 36 seconds remaining in the game. Dallas is at its own 20-yard line. And they need 45 to 50 yards in 32 seconds.
Now, this is where a screenplay can be effective.
If you had one that worked.
Well, but it'll work now. You're going to get a 3-man rush.
Trips to the right, shotgun for Bledsoe. Back, protected, throws it to the right side, and short hops the ball at the 35-yard line.
Short hop is right. He looks like an outfielder throwing it to the plate. He had it on the Keyshawn curl. He's got Terry Glenn wide open. And now, I don't know. There's a lot of moisture on the ball, I'm sure, at this point in the game. But that ball landed a good 6 yards in front of Terry Glenn, and Glenn was wide open.
As Johnson was on the one. But, boy, you look back in that holding penalty on Flozell Adams that took away the first down. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. 32 seconds. Blitz. Bledsoe rush, zips it to the left side. It's going to be incomplete on the left sideline. Keyshawn Johnson at around the 42 was being jostled as he crossed the sideline by the safety, Matt Bowen. And Bowen had pretty good coverage, and the pressure was good enough that Bledsoe really didn't have time to do very much.
You know what it's time for here, Brad Sham? The little hook and lateral.
Well, they work on it.
Guys running. Camp. This is where to run it, I think. Maybe on 4th down. This
would be a stunning loss. This would be one that would just suck the breath right out of you. 3rd and 10, Dallas at its 20, and a bad shotgun snap. He picks it up. Bledsoe rolls right. Heaves it down the middle of the field. It's caught at the 41-yard line. They better hurry and clock it. 17 seconds. It's a first down, 21 yards on the pass. The pass caught by Terry Glenn, and Bledsoe clocks it with only 10 seconds left.
All right.
So he's at his own 41. He needs 25 yards.
And you need to get out of bounds.
And out of bounds.
If this ball is completed in the field of play, the game's over. You won't be able to clock it. Washington knows that. They'll just funnel everything back to the inside.
14-13, Washington. 10 seconds left. Dallas at its 41. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun. 3-man rush. Bledsoe with time. Pumps. Zips it down the left side. Creighton couldn't get there at the 25. And it took 6 seconds off the clock. And now they don't have time for a pass and a kick.
Well, here's what you got. You can do the lateral and try to just keep doing the Stanford play and lateraling it back and throwing it. Or you have Drew Bledsoe. Now, I don't know if his arm can get this football in the end zone. It'd be about a 65-yard throw in the air. Or you just go to Hail Mary. But you don't have time to complete a pass and do anything other than go into the locker room and say, we just lost the game. We can't believe we lost.
This might be the last play of the game with 4 seconds left. The snap is back. Bledsoe, little flip over the middle to Julius Jones to the 50, hook and lateral to Glenn. Stiff arm, taken off his feet at the 41-yard line of Washington as time expires. The 10-year losing streak at Texas Stadium is over. And remember this, there are some Redskins pounding their helmets in the middle. LeVar Arrington, of all people, pounding his helmet in the middle of the Blue Star. But that's a lot of frustration for Washington, which had lost 14 out of 15 to Dallas and took one right out of their pockets tonight.
And Joe Gibbs was mobbed by about 6 or 7 players over there on the Redskins bench. Couldn't get out, trying to find Bill Parcells here.
And finally, Parcells found him. I think he gave him a little bit more than the wet fish Gibbs gave Parcells 2 years ago. This will be a tremendous win for Washington, and we'll see what it does for them in the division. And the question now for the hometown team is, how will they react? Because they were going to be 2-0. They were less than 4 minutes away from that, from scoring a big win, and they gave up 2 long pass plays to Santana Moss late.